Hey everybody, in honor of Martin Luther King Day, we are so happy to have Shakira Patterson back on to share with us her guide to children's books that promote diversity. We are re-airing this class because we think it's such an important one, and we're so happy to have Shakira back on today.
Hi guys, my name is Shakira and I am a motherhood lifestyle blogger. I am a lover of all celebrating and occasions big and small, but I wanted to come and chat with you guys, kind of parent to parent, about book diversity and inclusion and kind of why it's so important to our community to be intentional about those types of decisions. So as a Black mom, as soon as I was pregnant, it was so incredibly important to me that I found books and literature and television shows to show my children that have characters that mirror their faces. I didn't see the first Black Disney princess until I was in college. I spent a lot of time reading in my mom's lap at the library, and to be honest, there just were not very many characters that looked like me. And I don't mean like just a side character that's kind of thrown in there. I mean that main character, that main princess, the protagonist in there. They didn't look like me. And so it's been so important to me from the very beginning to change that narrative when it came to my own children. And it's not that, Black heroes and literature doesn't exist, but you're gonna have to be intentional. You're gonna have to search for it. Children's literature is just not as inclusive as it should be. And so I'm really excited to kind of share some of our favorites with you today, books that we read all the time that my girls love. I know a lot of mothers have come to me personally or I've seen online, we don't have Black family, we don't have Black neighbors, or, my kid's classroom is not very diverse. How can I change that? Or what can I do at home to kind of do better for everyone? And the first thing I say is, what's on your bookshelf? Because before your child ever has a play date, before they ever go to school, before they ever, watch television even, you're reading to them when they're little. And Mother Goose doesn't always have very many brown children in it. And if you can take the time to find books that have Black protagonists, brown faces, it makes all the difference, because then when your child is exposed to people that don't look like them, it's not foreign. When I say main characters, it's those characters that you're rooting for. It's those characters that you see beauty in, because that's the main princess and you want to be like her and you want to see her win. So when it's real life, it's like, it's not a big deal, because I've seen diversity from the very beginning in my own home. And so now when we're out, I still want to see you win. And then there are so many Black heroes and historical figures and leaders that we don't know as much about as we should. And you can start off at the very beginning with your child's bedtime story, letting them know, like, this person did this. This was a famous ballerina. This person invented this math formula. And they don't look like you, but they're also amazing. So I'm really excited to share some of my favorite authors with you, some of my favorite books that are inclusive of all different races. And I encourage you to take the time to either add them to your Amazon list or your next trip to the library, or for you to just have it at the forefront of your mind to make sure that you're purchasing literature and even exposing your child to shows that have Black main characters and protagonists, brown faces, Asian faces. It's so important. All right, so I'm going to start with a couple of newer books. These are from my son's nursery. Most of them are new. Well, these are new. I wanted to specifically get some sports books and some books with Black male leaders. Little Legends is so cute, and it's actually part of the series that I've had with little leaders, and it's Bold Woman in Black History. Well, this one is Exceptional Men in Black History. I think Mark and I have always said how we leave reading these to the girls knowing more about these historical Black figures. Ruby Bridges, who is around the same age as my oldest daughter, knowing her story and being an activist. There's scientists, there's pop figures, there's sports figures, Rosa Parks. These are amazing. And so I was really excited to pick up this version, which I wanted to get anyway, but I got especially because we're going to have a little boy now. And I'm really excited to kind of dig in. Then we also have a children's book on Jackie Robinson and Muhammad Ali. You guys have been around, you know we read this book literally constantly. Please Puppy Please is such a huge one. The illustrations are absolutely breathtaking. And I am obsessed with this book, guys. Like, it's so fun. If you have a dog in your family, I think it's even more fun because it just tells a story of these two kids and their pups. But these little brown babies look like mine. And I feel like my girls always point out how they have the same hair and hair bows as they do. So this is an amazing option. And then we have Love is a Truck, which also has gorgeous illustrations. I love illustrations, but it just shows like a little boy and his buddy having a typical play date, trucks and dogs. This is one of our new favorites as well. And it is absolutely gorgeous, but it has a little brown family and their friends, and they're just going on different seasonal adventures in nature. And then at the end, the mommy ends up having a little baby, and Zari's always like, "Mommy, that's you, that's Bubby." This book is absolutely gorgeous. And then we have Thank You Garden, which is actually based in a city setting, but they have like a rooftop garden, and there's so much diversity. I think that it is absolutely perfect. You guys know we have our backyard garden, so the girls really, really like this one. And again, it's got simple words. It's perfect for smaller children if you're not wanting to read like a huge novel every single night, and different ages and skin complexions and hair, and I absolutely love it. Not Quite Snow White was a gift for Reagan's birthday, and it's about a little girl who wants to play Snow White in the school play, but she gets discouraged because people keep saying that she doesn't look like Snow White, so she can't play it or she's not good enough, and she ends up making the role, which I absolutely love. Definitely a good underdog story if you're looking for one. Love Is follows a sweet little girl as she adventures through the day with her little ducky. I shared with you guys before. It talks about how brown girls have so many different types of hair and how they are all princesses and rock it. Everyone say hello to Reagan because it is totally her. Mary Had a Little Glam is one of our favorites, and it is about like this prissy little glam brown girl who is just prancing around the town, making life just a little bit extra, and I am so here for it. And she ends up like in the end with her friends like in the mud playing, but it's so cute. I love it. And then I wanted to show you guys a bunch of our fun STEM books. So this is Ada Twist Scientist. It's about Ada, and she is a smart little scientist, and she always has been. She does plenty of experiments. You guys know I'm always trying to get the girls to do some type of fun STEM project. So this is one of our absolute favorites. And then we have May Amongst the Stars, which is the true story of Dr. Mae Jemison, who was the first African-American woman in space. If you're a mom, I am guaranteed that you have read Goodnight Moon. Well, this is Goodnight Lab, and it is kind of like a fun scientific parody on that one. But it's a fun little read, a good bedtime story. And it reads just like the flow of Goodnight Moon does. And then, last but certainly not least, The Girl with the Mind for Math. So this is the story of Ray Montague. She is a huge naval mathematician and pioneer from the 1940s. And this tells her story of adversity and how sexism and racism kind of try to keep her from doing an amazing job. But she ended up surviving and becoming one of the most notable pioneers in naval history and in the history of engineering. Again, beautiful illustrations. I love these books. But then it has a little biography in the back too.
Shakira, we just love you. Thank you so much for all those great ideas. To shop Shakira's books, we are going to be putting a link in our stories and then adding it to our highlights. So definitely shop from her page, and we'll have all those links to those great books there. Have a great day, you guys.